Hey, welcome to Naruto Fan FB.
Hi. Sorry that you missed me last week. I was in the city.
Yeah, he can tell you missed him so much.
Yeah.
Came back doing a special video.
But yeah, last week's chapter was awesome. I'm upset that I didn't get a chance to review it with everybody. I was gonna make a video, but then I was kind of like, it said most of the things I wanted to say.
Got anything you want to say about it now, or want to launch straight into it?
Let's just go into it. If I think of something, I'll bring it up because I feel
Alright.
like off the top of my head, I can't think of anything. Well, me and Reid were discussing the chapter, and one of the big things that we touched upon was, what do you think the Kages are going to say?
What are they actually going to do with the Edo Tensais? And of course, fighting the Senju to counter Madara, blah blah blah.
But what I thought in terms of what they're going to say was, I feel like the first Hokage is really going to touch upon everything that has to do with Madara and how, because that seems to be the origin of not the exact origin of the Uchiha Senju hate thing, because that started with the Sage of the Six Path Sons, but more of just the feud that we know.
Yeah, the tangible part that we've seen
between the first and Madara. So I think he's going to really touch upon the origin of the feud and how things played from there.
Right. Now, the point of summoning these guys was to
know
get
everything.
The ones who know everything, not summon our own army.
Yeah.
So
I
agree with you. It's going to be knowledge here thereafter.
They might use them as tools later on. I don't really know.
Sure
I'm sure, I feel like Orochimaru more than Sasuke, mainly because Orochimaru just done the Edo Tensai and everything, and that's more of his style than Sasuke's. The second Hokage, I think that he's going to really be talking about why he segregated the Uchihas from the rest of the village.
Yeah, kind of the consequences of what Madara did and his decisions and actions.
Because it really seemed like the second Hokage didn't get along with the Uchihas more than the first Hokage did. I feel like the first Hokage put an effort towards making it work, and
yeah, it was one of those nuclear options. Either we forge some sort of peace, or we die. And
they came to a peace treaty, but Madara's own ambition and jealousy or whatnot didn't force him, but was the reason why
it tore it apart.
Yeah, that it didn't work out. And it wasn't even a village thing, it was just between the first Hokage and Madara. The third Hokage I think is going to be one of the most interesting, because there's going to be talks about
sorry,
the cat. There's going to be talks about Orochimaru getting his arms back. The camera's moving because the cat's having parallel proportions. It was like Sasuke and Naruto doing Chidori. It's pretty intense. You should have seen it.
The cat clash.
The third Hokage. It's not really going to be talking about the clan so much as just how he tried to make things work and how he tried to... I feel like the third Hokage tried to prevent the massacre from happening. I think it was more of Danzo's doing.
So, they all knew the coup d'etat was brewing. Yeah. They knew it was a situation. And, from the couple flashbacks that we've seen, it was the third's choice to kind of sit and wait on it, see if, he could address it directly by talking to the Uchihas and, talk them down from the ledge before something happened. When Danzo was talking to Itachi in Itachi's flashback that he gave to Sasuke, Danzo basically said, listen, the third is a softie. He'll try and talk it out, but if push comes to shove,
he pushes harder.
Yeah, he will push harder. This village will go to war with your clan, and it's going to be shitty for everyone.
Yeah. I also think that the conversation between Orochimaru and the third Hokage is going to be hilarious, because this is the second time he's done Edo Tensai, and brought back the first, second, and now the third Hokage. So that'll be interesting. I also wonder if he's going to say anything about Asuma being dead.
Oh yeah,
the third doesn't know that. Well, he should have known because he was sealed in the Death God. Oh, also touching upon something with the Death God. When you said the whole Nine Tails, half the chakra being sealed,
yeah,
I thought about that. And I thought about that earlier before I even watched the video, and I don't think that the Nine Tails chakra is gonna like play a part in it because Orochimaru didn't actually extract the chakra. It's still like because there's probably thousands
I agree
of
that
souls.
it's probably not out yet, and if it is, it would be because it's somehow tied to the fourth.
Oh, because he did seal. You're saying because he sealed himself and the chakra. So okay,
right, but.
Oh my God, the fourth Hokage is a Jinchuriki. Could you imagine?
Oh God, I hope not.
No, I don't think that'll happen.
Shark jumping.
So yeah, the third Hokage is, I think, really going to talk about how he tried to prevent the Uchiha massacre from happening. How I think he might actually lecture Sasuke a little bit and say how I try to prevent you from going down this path. I agreed with Itachi to protect you, and now you want to destroy the village that gave you a home. How dare you? So that'll be an interesting talk. And then I can't wait to hear what the fourth has to say, because the fourth knows about Sasuke. With the conversation that Naruto has, he said, "I've been watching you" and everything like that. So I'm sure the fourth knows somewhat of his relationship with Sasuke. I think that he's not really going to talk about the Uchihas because I feel like that's kind of past his time. I think he's going to talk more about Naruto and what kind of person he is and what Sasuke means to him.
He might have a little bit of insight into Obito and that sort of...
That too.
So, yeah. I guess forming the idea that the four are here to talk about kind of Uchiha then up until now. The fourth might be an important end cap in that he actually knows something about the current Uchiha who are out there right now.
The only thing about Obito is, that was another point that I heard in the video. I don't think that Orochimaru... No, I don't think Orochimaru knows who
Toby
was or the Masked Man was, because Kabuto never found out either. His mask didn't break until the battle between...
Kabuto knew.
He knew that he wasn't Madara.
Okay, yeah, no, he definitely knew he wasn't Madara, but he knew he was a henchman.
Yeah, he knew he was... might have been an Uchiha or whatever, but I don't think he knew exactly who he was.
Yeah, you're right. He probably wouldn't have any reason to recognize Obito.
I mean, I could be wrong. They could talk about, someone could say, oh, it's Obito. Maybe Sugetsu or Hugo. No, I don't know. Hugo can sense stuff. So there might be a possibility that one of them does know that it's Obito. But I don't know if they're really going to touch upon anything with Obito. I don't know if they're going to really say how to defeat him or anything like that. I kind of feel like Kakashi and all of them have figured out Obito's game.
If they do wind up taking the four Hokages to the battlefield, and there is a moment between Obito and Minato, that shit's gonna hit the fan. That's gonna explode. That's gonna be real bad.
That's gonna be a screaming match.
I raised you, and you killed me and my family.
I enjoyed, with touching upon chapter 618, I enjoyed them, when I was reading it, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Andy said he called everyone up. I was sick that night too, so...
I got his text at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I fell asleep. Ronnie's at my house, and comes running down the stairs John, you need to read the chapter. It's 2 a.m., something like that, so... I wake up and I read the chapter, and I loved it, the ending and everything. But now that I'm thinking about it, Orochimaru has an unbeatable force of nature, at his disposal right now.
Well, that's kind of what we thought when the first Edo Tensei came out, and we're like, oh, the 3 past Kages from the other villages and all the Jinchuriki and
the thing is, I was thinking about that too with the past Hokages and the 7 swordsmen and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And the 7 swordsmen are formidable, and the past Kages I also thought were very formidable and whatnot. But in this Naruto verse, I don't think there's any ninjas that have even come close or you could compare to what
the first second
has. Yeah. And they've even said when there weren't villages and they were only clans, the Uchihas and the Senjus were always the strongest ones, and no one could match them. And they're all members of the Leaf Village. So how, you have the third's a Senju as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have 3 Senjus and a man that could literally take out an army by himself by teleporting.
No, he's not. He's Saratobi.
Oh. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, which is a different thing. I thought they were one and the same, but
anyway, but you have 2 Senjus, one member who's called one Hokage who's called the Professor, that was renowned for being literally probably the strongest ninja ever. We can argue about that later. And another ninja who's also known as the strongest ninja ever.
The Yellow Flash.
Who could teleport and take it. The orders in the last war was, if you see the Yellow Flash, retreat.
Get out of there. That says a lot.
That's like the Hulk. If you see the Hulk, just go. Game over.
You can't fight him.
Now, how are you going to sit here and say that now that all 4 of them are back, you're going to be able to defeat them? God forbid that they attack the village. I'm sorry, Naruto's not at a level to defeat, in my opinion, any of the Kages. I think he's powerful, but in terms of experience, I don't know if he's bringing enough to the table.
It wouldn't be a one-on-one fight, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I don't know.
That's why I'm curious to see what happens, because there's a good possibility that it won't necessarily turn into a fight.
Yeah.
Right away.
And I don't think
these guys serve other purposes other than just being beasts, even though they are.
There's so many things that could happen and kind of need to happen, in my opinion, for the story to progress. Madara needs to get that body, that living body, and become the Jinchuriki. I think that needs to be something that happens.
Certainly wants to.
I don't know what the hell Orochimaru's doing now. He's got his full power back. Don't know what the deal is with Orochimaru's plan, if he just wants to destroy the leaf and then go wander around for the rest of his life, or if he's got something bigger planned.
I don't really see what the point of destroying just the village part of the leaf is, if the existence of the leaf depends on this war.
Yeah.
I think one way or another, everyone's kind of tied to the result of the war.
And
if not the battlefield itself.
One thing that I don't think you mentioned this, but you did. Well, you did say that he has a Zetsu. He goes into a Zetsu. He has a Senju body now, essentially.
That man.
If he gets a Sharingan, Orochimaru is going to be on that next level shit. I think
it kind of seems like that was his long play all along.
I feel like people have been sleeping on him way too long.
From the very beginning, you see him after the Sharingan, and you figure because that Ice Beast mode, but now
he's always been about the body, though.
Yeah, now that the combination of the two is shown to be godly, kind of makes sense that that's why he was after it, because he's already been messing with Senju cells.
And Kabuto mentioned that he also was interested in Naruto because of his body and chakra and everything.
Makes sense.
So, I mean, Orochimaru knows everything Kabuto knows, so there might be some foul play going on there.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what Orochimaru's doing. We'll have to see what happens with Madara. We'll have to see what the Hokages have to say. But we're interested in what you have to say. So,
yeah.
What do you think the Hokages are going to say to Sasuke? Or is he going to get a lecture from all of them saying, you're a bad, bad man, and you should stop crying about everything and go to the ramen shop and get some ramen? Or do you think they're just going to tell him what went on with the Uchihas? And how do you think that Sasuke's going to handle that? Because
I don't know. For the first time, he actually seems like he's ready to listen.
Yeah.
You know, that scene with him and Itachi finally getting the truth, and he just kind of sits there and goes, huh.
Yeah.
So if he's really ready to listen and they're willing to drop some knowledge on him, I'm not anticipating a 180.
Yeah.
You know, all of a sudden him turning around and being the next Naruto and be like, oh, I'll help you out. I'm definitely your man.
Believe it.
But, you know, he might be willing to evolve a little bit.
Yeah. I still think the Naruto-Sasuke fight needs to happen, so something is going to go awry at some part.
That clash is kind of inevitable.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to play out if Sasuke doesn't take these words the right way. Like, if he like, oh, you know what? I completely understand what you said, why you did what you did. Then
I still don't care.
Yeah, well, if it's like that, then I guess things are going to work out. I think what it's really going to be is, like, he's probably, if they attack the village, that's going to be, like, what Naruto's going to go off. Like, I just fixed this, bro. Like, it's been 3 weeks and you're going to just destroy everything again. Like, my home, I left to fight a war, and you attack a defenseless village. Like, we'll have to see. Oh, one other thing. I don't know if it's a translation thing, but I mentioned it to you.
Oh, yeah.
Orochimaru called it the Cursed Seal Sage or something like that. It's Cursed Seal Sage art. At one point when he's talking about Sasuke. Did anybody read a different translation, or did anybody else find that interesting? Because they mentioned that there's 3 Sage arts. Dragon Toad, and I figured it'd be something else.
Slug would make sense, but then again it wouldn't.
Yeah, because nobody wants to be a slug sage. Like oozing like goo edges, like sage mode. But
I don't know, was that the
that was Manga Panda? Yeah, and they sometimes have like an interesting translation of stuff. So
they do it fast. They get close.
Yeah,
I don't know. I read the manga stream and I don't remember that, but we can check it out afterwards.
Yeah. So if you saw what I saw, or you know what I'm talking about, or you know what the actual like thing was, just comment below and be like, "Hey, John, you're wrong.
Yeah,
that was the right thing."
Let us know. Comment on the video or hop on the Uzumanga forums, which we now finally have up, and get some discussion going.
Like,
I mean, we've been putting topics up there. If you've got anything on your mind, create a topic, join the forum, and talk with people who are interested about this, because that's what it's for.
And I love hearing what everyone has to say, because a lot of the theories that I think of or I hear are just stuff to chew on. Like, I love like hearing other people's opinions and what they come up with. So go to the forum. We'll leave a link in the description.
Yep. All right. Thanks, guys. And we'll check you next time.
If we want to.